Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, something interesting definitely has come across my table, if you will. An interesting move made by Berlin, actually. I mean, you guys probably have heard of this already, but we're going to kind of read into it and see what happened. But I think this is very wholesome considering how cold it is right now and, the situation we're in with the pandemic and everything. A lot of factors have kind of played into why this particular thing I'm going to talk about today is very wholesome. If you guys are new to the channel, willkommen. If you guys are returning viewers, willkommen zurück. We post videos every single day oder jeden Tag. All I ask is that you guys abonniert diesen Kanal, like the video bitte. Vielen lieben Dank für eure Unterstützung. Das bedeutet mir viel. Let's go ahead and check this out because I know you guys are just as eager as I am to see what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, it says Berlin hotels opened their doors to the homeless during the pandemic. Hold on. Boom. It says Berlin shelters have run out of space during the coronavirus winter. Hotels are empty, so some have decided to let people experiencing homelessness stay for free. This is changing lives. Christian is smiling as he steps through the door into his hotel room. He puts his backpack down, takes off his jacket, and sits on his bed. He already feels at home in the Pensionreiter in Berlin's Friedrichshain district. Friedrichshain district. Since November, people experiencing homelessness have been permitted to stay in the hotel for the night. Christian, who does not want to give his full name, has been living on the street for several years. For the past few days, I slept in a dumpster. That was okay for me, he says, but this is much better. Social distancing in the shelter. In the past, he used to spend winter nights in a shelter run by the Catholic Church. It provides 40 beds for homeless men, but this winter things were different, says Wolfgang Wilsch, who runs the shelter. They had to reduce the number of beds by half to comply with the social distancing requirements in the pandemic. It was no longer possible to have men share a small room or sleep on mats on the floor in the large assembly hall. Wolfgang Wilsch managed to find a solution. We are very grateful that the Pensionreiter has offered to help. That means we never have to have more than 2 or 3 people sharing a room, he says. The freezing temperatures in Berlin. The Pensionreiter is one of several Berlin hotels taking part in this project to help people experiencing homelessness. And there is a benefit for them too. The city government pays a small compensation for the beds, badly needed income at a time where tourism and business travel are still all but impossible in Germany. Over the past few days, it has become apparent just how vital shelters are for people experiencing homelessness in the wintertime. I mean, the temperatures plummeted below negative 15 degrees Celsius, which is, 5 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes sleeping on the street a deadly risk. So Berlin Charities stepped up their efforts to get hotels to open their doors to people in need and managed to secure a total of 1,426 beds. This is absolutely insane. This is insane. This is insane, honestly. The most ever, says Stefan Strauss, spokesman for Berlin Social Services. Many of the hotels provide more than just one bed. They serve breakfast in the morning and a warm meal at night. This is even more important now as homeless people have fewer means of making money. The downtown areas are empty and the people are taken care to keep a distance between each other. Still, Christian sets off every day to try to sell the newspaper for the homeless, more often than not without success. New opportunities on the rise. In the basement of the Pensionreiter, there is a common room. No smoking reads a sign on the door. A note with smoker's room has been pasted over it. Christian is sitting on one of the wooden tables. The sparsely furnished room is stuffy. In the harsh neon light, a scar right across Christian's face is very noticeable. Sister Martha Arnold brings him a cup of coffee, saying 2 sugars for you, as the usual, as she sets it down. Sister Arnold works at the shelter for people experiencing homelessness, but her main job is to lend an ear and offer assistance. The hotel beds are a big help, she says. Homeless men have the security of being able to spend the night indoors in a proper bed every night. if they abide by the rules. When the men come, they are exhausted and dirty, suffering from depression and having given up all hope, Sister Arnold says. But after a few weeks, the things are completely different. They reach a point where we can sit down and make plans for the future, she says, pointing out that some find jobs and rent apartments. They have a chance at a better life, she adds with a smile. At the home of his own, that's what Christian wants for himself too. He has managed to save a bit of money and is planning to return to his home country, Romania. Maybe this summer, when the coronavirus crisis is over, he says. He sips his hot tea. Until then, he knows that he has found a place where he is safe and protected from the cold. Ladies and gentlemen, this is incredibly wholesome. Let's go ahead and move to my other screen. Very wholesome for several reasons, obviously. First off, like, that to me struck me as obviously super altruistic or selfless, right? Because especially for hotels in general, like, I can promise you something like that would never happen in America. Never. Like, never. It's like, hey, you have to pay to play. Like, I remember, I'll put it this way. I'm in the military, right? And I remember there were a lot of people that got hit really hard by a hurricane that tore down people's houses, caused people to uproot and move, their homes and stuff like that. And hotels knew this. They knew this, and they knew that there were going to be an influx of people that needed to stay there because they had nowhere else to go. Well, these hotels, taking advantage of a very unfortunate situation, decided to jack up the prices for the hotel rooms and the hotel stay. So for one night at most of these hotels, it went from $150 to $320 a night to stay at these hotels. Horrible. So the fact that this is a thing it's amazing. It's blowing my mind. Now, I know that there's a lot of risk, obviously, to doing this because, you have people that might abuse this and try to take advantage of this, whole thing. That's why they said that, the people who stay in these hotels have to abide by whatever policies are put in place, like, hey, you can't do this, no fighting, no smoking, no da-da-da. If you're going to abide by these rules, then you can stay here. But if you violate these rules, we're kicking you out. And you're going to be escorted out by the police. You feel me? Like, it's cold outside, so you might want to act right. But I think people are way too skeptical to do things like this nowadays. And honestly, in a world full of chaos and problems and stuff like that, it's very refreshing to see an article like this. Berlin really outdid itself. It outdid itself, and wow, that's awesome. Like, some of the best news I've read in a while. But let me know what you guys think about this. Like, I know there are, what I like about these efforts, right? It's not just a blanketed effort to just take care of one problem. This is almost a golden opportunity for a lot of people who are homeless to, as you guys heard in the article, pick themselves up off of the streets, where they were living on for a while, and, evolve to, get set up for a job and eventually save up enough money for an apartment and pull themselves out of poverty, essentially. And I think that's really cool. I feel like the system in Germany is very good about trying to correct toxic behavior that people develop throughout their lives and stuff like that. And I know that obviously Germany's not perfect. No place is perfect, but I feel like the way that Germany handles situations like this is admirable, like literally amazing. We do have some programs kind of loosely similar in America, but none that I know of that are on this level. So absolutely insane. Just wanted to talk about it because, I mean, come to think of it, it snowed super hard all over Germany. So I already know it's cold as hell out in Germany. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So let me know what you guys think about this. I think it's very interesting. And hopefully we see more random acts of kindness like this in the future. That's pretty much it. Just wanted to shine some light on a good thing that's happened in the world. I know a lot of people don't like good news, but I thought this was like a pretty solid moment, to talk about. But let me know what you guys' thoughts and feelings are on programs like this and situations like this. Like, how does Germany really truly treat poverty and stuff like that? Because I thought y'all gave free housing to people who didn't have houses, but I guess there's more caveats to that than I thought. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bis später, Leute. Ciao. Well, 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 what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.